Hello, good afternoon, friends. This is Amechi AK, one of the many voices out there talking about TBC. It's indeed a bright day here in Nigeria today. Today is what?
Today is Tuesday, December 18, 2018.
Exactly so. As you can see, this is not the first time you'll be seeing me or that you're seeing me talking about TBC on the YouTube. And we have come to see that this is just the normal thing that we need to continue doing because we have to let others know much about what is going on in TBC community. And as you can see, it's all about getting in new members. And it doesn't just stop at getting new members. When you get anybody enrolled in TBC, you need to put the person through. As you can see, admin have been talking seriously about the need to do broadcasting. And that broadcasting is another way of getting people interested in the community. So as you can see, this is my friend, Mr. Isaac. Is a new person in TBC and this is his channel. This is the very first video he'll be doing in TBC, so I have to be around him and I'll be introducing him so that he'll tell us more about his experiences so far in the community. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Amechi. What you said is very true. My name is Isaac Preston Ikebu. Call me Preston, that's for short. That will be Preston. Yeah, we've been talking about TBC. I heard about it some couple of years ago. I didn't really understood what it was all about, but from what Mr. Mechi has done so far, I've been able to understand that cryptocurrency, like a digital currency in the form of TBC, is actually going to be the way forward when we're talking about a new world. I mean by a new world is a new fiscal world where poverty will eventually be eradicated. The first time I heard about poverty being eradicated, I thought we were talking about maybe religion or maybe politics, but eventually I understood that we are actually talking about the way we live, what tomorrow is going to look like. The world used to be about the exchange with calories, you bring food stuff, I give you other things. Eventually, we are in a physical currency. But if we sit down and do nothing, the world will go away and we'll do nothing about it. Right now, from a physical currency, the world is proceeding towards a digital currency. I'm talking about a digital currency. It is not just that there's going to be a transcendency from physical currencies to a digital currency, but then the inequality concerning wealth distribution will eventually be tackled by the TBC program of distributing currency, thereby balancing inequality in the way of wealth acquisition or creation. So that is one of the things that got me really interested. And then, you see, I was discussing with someone, even while I'm still trying to get very well acquainted with it, and I was telling him that if we save our money in the bank for a whole month of 30 days, how much do we get as interest? And when I heard about wealth distribution, that TBC is in a distribution phase, then it makes more sense when I think about if I have my physical cash in Naira, this Nigeria now, and then I think I want to save money in a whole month, what will be given to me as interest will be very, very funny. But if I spend my time and join this new community of Tibetians where we are going to get ourselves free from the banks, free from the governments, free from the policy of fiscal policy of the states, whereby whatever is given to you, you take it, no matter how much you struggle. Unless if you belong to that class that rules the world before you can actually open your mouth and talk. Otherwise, you're on your own. So you're on your own is a language in Nigeria where will mean that whatever you do, that nothing is coming out of it, or whatever you see is what you are going to get. But here, you can actually when the distribution phase of TBC is over, that's what I understand so far. By the time we have 1 billion people who will be making TBC go round, we will find out that actually no one will eventually have to cry for food before he gets food, because we have the liquidity to buy food without crying. It will be easy for you to even give another person hope by bringing him up and let him understand what it means to belong to a new community where the rich no longer rules, but the people have a society of their own, where the world will be going back to actually how the creator wanted it, for people to have food and eat it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Isaac. And I can see just the way you outside there have been able to grasp from what he has said so far. We are not playing, we are not joking. And it's always very better and always very easy when the admin gives instructions, and we try as much as we can to follow all that instruction and make things happen in TBC. So getting people involved in the community, it doesn't just stop getting the person registering. Like we read in one of the recent blog posts about some sponsors not doing what they're supposed to do. You don't just go about getting someone involved without clearly explaining things that really show that you know what you're talking about. As you can hear from Mr. Isaac, he's the type that asks series of questions. And if I don't know what I'm doing, I wouldn't have been able to put him through. So the reason why you have to know what you're doing is because when someone who is interested asks you a question, you'll be able to answer so that wrong information doesn't continue being spread about the community. And again, you look at people who are crying for exchanges. I look at that as just a way that people want to just shift the blame on the admin or the TBC community entirely. But I've seen in series of blogs, series of video, the need for us to stay away from these exchange platforms of greedy people or scammers has been clearly explained to us. So what I'm just trying to chip in here in a nutshell is that I am happy to be able to explain to someone more about TBC. And when the person is talking, you know that that person is not just talking as a novice, even though he's just coming in recently. As you can see, less than a day or two thereabout, but he can be able to say that this is what he know about the community, and this is so thing that you need to do. Then the need of people doing videos. Videos is one way whereby we could be able to can help people to really understand what TBC is all about. You don't go about scamming people. You don't go about giving them false promises rather, but you tell them the reality. You direct them to the blog. You direct them to all the resources that the admin had made available for us to really know and understand what TBC is. Like when people come to see the benefits that accrues for one having TBC now, especially in terms of cash flowing. Cash flowing has been one of the, can I say, something so much interesting that those people who really understand it don't bother about saying cashing out or thereabout, because cashing out is like just pushing us back from where we are trying to stay away from. So it's something that should make more sense. If you don't know more about it, spend time, read the blog, get yourself acquainted so that when you're explaining something to somebody, you will know that yes, you know what you're talking, because there are more value in TBC. And because of that, I'm always feeling free at least to let him talk, because I know he's not going to say something that is not true. He's not going to say something that is just there to cajole people or get them interested for nothing. No, he is talking like somebody who knows what he's doing. And again, if I may ask you, in the way that you see TBC coming in form of still in a distribution phase, how will you be able to help people understand that? Suppose you want to talk to somebody new now, just the way I brought you in, how will you be able to help somebody who is a novice to really know and grasp it the way you are doing now?
Yeah, that's a very good question. This is Abakaliki town in Ebonyi State, eastern part of Nigeria. The way the economy is down here is actually very tough for people. And when you tell someone to invest his money, you will be wondering what you are talking about. Investing money in what? But when you let someone know that you can keep your money in the bank and still collect little tiny grains of interest that they give you, and you can still do that. It's like doing it and getting nothing. But here in TBC, by simply working with the community to make this community grow and start off the TBC to become the leading digital currency. But that when that happens, it's like someone having invested. Investment is the key. Investment is a lot way ahead of salary earning. Investment is the only thing that will assure you of tomorrow. Getting involved in TBC is like a whole lot of big time investment. And it is only when you invest in this form that you can now come up tomorrow and say, yes, let me reap from what I have gotten. And then by the time the person I'm talking to wants to know what he's going to reap from, I will make him understand that the period where you have farmed or when you have invested is like the period where the TBC is in the distribution phase. By the time it is ripe for harvesting, that is your farm, on when you think you will be getting ROI, that is a return on investment. That is like when the distribution phase will be over. And from what is understood in TBC as when the purse of the admin will be empty. By that time, the TBC coins or kringles will now be ready for use. By that time, your investment is ripe. By that time, poverty is gone. You no longer have to cry before you get money. Before you spend or you will tackle one of your problems, you are thinking how you are going to do it. That would have been things of the past. By the time I come that way, of course, I'm already talking to a lot of people, even without being much grounded in it, and they are already getting excited. And by the time from what Mr. Mitchell have been doing, or what you've been doing with me now, I get more information and then I read from the blogs. I'm able to give them actually the lowdown of what it is all about. And then I believe that they'll be much more interested. For instance, when I did my first transaction of $100, I saw how much worth of TBC that was $100. And then I saw how many cookies that I was awarded just for becoming a member and learning to talk about it and doing my first transaction. So that is enough to even to even convince someone that this is eventually going to be a whole lot of real community that will overtake whatever fiscal situation we're having today in terms of physical cash. So I'm actually very, very ready, excited, and ready to talk to people about the TBC community to bring them in. Bring in people, and the people bring in people, and the people they bring in people. And I'm actually very, very ready to help make the TBC community grow.
That's so nice to hear, Mr. Isaac.
Yeah,
As you can see, is just like that. So it's all about people bringing in people, and sometimes people used to look at TBC as being MLM. TBC is not MLM,
no,
so it is not so. So
certainly not.
let not anyone say that he or she is afraid of running short of people to talk to about TBC. There are billions of people around the world. And another impression that we want to correct here is the idea of investing. When you use the word investment in TBC, it's like it's just what is happening around the world, so to say. People have been investing and things like that. So using investment in TBC is like it's an understatement. So in TBC, with cash flow, we distribute abundance to people, a kind of, because investments is just okay. You invested some money and the thing yielded.
You get back what
You get back what you invested, and you will still go back and okay, what's another position that I need to invest in? But here in TBC, it's all about abundance. As you are coming into TBC, you notice that there are so many ways of earning more and more kringles, even for free, by just doing the needful. So if it is in form of investment, that means you need to continue to invest. Okay, I invested $100 today. tomorrow let me put another $500. Next, no.
Yeah, I think
So
I'm
are
getting
you
your
getting the
point. I'm
point now?
getting the point. I'm
So
getting the
we are
point.
not just talking about mere investment. TBC is like sharing abundance, helping people to realize something that is greater and far much better than what we are having around us today. And again, TBC being a private community is what we always want to emphasize. We are not against the government. We are not against the bank. We are not against anybody. But we want to choose to be private. Okay?
Yeah.
Because why do we say private? Private life is a situation whereby you can freely express yourself. Do you get the point?
Yeah.
In privacy, you express yourself more than you can in the public. In the public out there, what you see most people doing is just to pretend. Oh, do you know who am I? Do you know who I am? He's just trying to give the impression of being what you are not. But in private community, just like in TBC, the freedom to do many things abound. Okay? Why people should not look at us as if we belong to a secret cult or secret society is that every human, we have the right of our privacy. Okay? I
Yeah.
can choose to eat this form of food in my privacy. And when I go out there in the public, I don't have to force everybody to eat the same food because that is a public place. So in my privacy, I have the right to do virtually everything I want to do. So in TBC private community, we are trying to build a community of like mind, people who understand that it's been too long we've been wallowed in poverty, abject poverty. Sometimes you want to help, but you can't just do that. Why? Because the means of doing that is not there. But in the inside you, the you in you want to reach out, but the physical world around you is telling you no because your pocket is empty. But with TBC, you have seen what abundance is all about. Some time ago, I experienced one inner great feeling of helping, excuse me, of helping someone with my TBC to purchase things. Yeah, because here in Nigeria, we have started using our TBC to get some little things. While I am down here in the eastern part of the country, here in Ebonyi State, I was able to use my TBC to benefit someone as far as in Lagos by transferring some certain kringle and asking that the goods worth some amount of this should be given to that person. Why? If it is in physical cash or currency, so to say, which I don't have, I will not be able to do that. But here in TBC, you can do that even without feeling any form of that something leaves you or something left you. So, in as much as we try to do the necessary things in the community, we have to let people to understand what TBC is all about. TBC is not a cure-all, so to say, but among all the opportunities that people are clamoring for in the world today, what you see is just people who are busy promoting get quick rich scheme, so to say. People want it now, 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 now. If not, they are not ready to partake in that. But in TBC, we have the ability to wait and actually build. We are happy to be among the building process. And when you see people now looking for exchange, it's just like you see a house being constructed. And instead of joining hand to make it work, you see them struggling for spaces. This is where my bed is going to be. This room, this shop. It's like those ones who are behaving in such a way don't really understand what is happening. Because if we join hand and erect that structure and it becomes very strong, it's going to accommodate all. So let's not start now dragging. This is going to be my space or not. No. TBC is still under construction. And from what we are seeing, it's a construction with a serious foundation. More from you, Mr. Isaac.
Yeah. I also can I ask you a question?
You're welcome.
Okay. If we know that it's like a house under construction, will it be wrong to say that during the construction time, that will it still be wrong to refer to it as a time of investment?
In a way,
Okay.
using the word investment is not wrong. But what we're
Okay.
trying to say is that it's an understatement compared to what you stand
Okay.
to get from
Okay.
TBC.
Okay.
You get the point?
Yeah, I get it.
It's all right.
Yeah, an understatement in the sense that it is not just an investment.
Yes, it's more than.
someone is investing and at the same time can still reap
Yes.
from it. That is why you say that even as it stands, that you've used your Krengos to benefit someone.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that. And also you have used your Krengos to acquire something for yourself
Okay.
in terms of materials that you want to use. Yes, in that aspect, I agree that it is actually an understatement to only allude to it as an investment. It is much more than an investment. And so I will put in one other thing that I will have to read so much of the blogs, watch so many of the videos because I have so much to tell other people. There are so many people out there that need to hear this. Of course, it takes a lot to get someone down to actually listen. To actually listen and begin, because it is only when you can listen that you will get to see that this thing is real. It is not just stories. Otherwise, I would have begun this more than a couple of years ago. But it is only now that I decided to say, okay, because it's coming from Amechi, someone that I know, now say, okay, let me listen, let me even hear this from someone close. And once I listened, I regretted why I haven't taken this step before. That's what I want to do now. To let those who know me too, who can listen to me when I talk, begin to listen from me and hear that this thing is not story. This thing is not just one kind of multi-level marketing MMM that made people lose faith in anything that is online and the stuffs like that. But this is actually something. It's like a wind that will soon take everybody off the ground. Whoever is not ready for it will be taken unawares. And like he said, I'm also excited. I'm happy being part of the construction group, even though I believe that even now it is not late. It's not late since we are still within the distribution phase. TBC is still within the distribution phase, so it's not late. And I'm sure that I have a handful of people I can convince to know. Convincing them is just telling them what the truth is, which is that the digital currency in form of TBC is real and that it is going to end poverty as long as this system of things still remains. It is going to end poverty in the sense that no one who is within the community will, will go wanting food or who will be in want of food or in want of what to spend or how to solve his problem. No.
Basic necessities of life.
Basic necessities of life. I think you already have the dictionary for the right words to use. I will soon get that dictionary very close to
No
myself.
problem, because the
So,
resources are already there. And when you talk about to convince people to
do
talk
you
to
do
them,
you do you sorry? Do you even know that I was awarded over 1 million cookies already?
that
I like the word cookies. The thing is cooking, and
it's already cooking in
it's already
your
cooking.
mind.
And before you know it, I have a lot of kringles. And do you know that I have been thinking, how is it that people can own $10,000, one person? And do you know that very soon I'll be in possession of over 1 billion? I want to be among those that will have $1 billion. And that will just be one TBC. And I will have so many of the coins.
we,
Oh,
we, we,
Bob.
we don't even count in dollars or any other currencies. We base our calculation on grains of gold.
That is a serious matter.
So we are more than any currency you can think of. So
What of if I have one bag full of grains of gold? Big bag. This is a serious matter.
so
I'm
now
going all out for it.
so let us do the needful. And people, especially those who have TBC and they are still worried about how they are going to exchange. Exchanging is now, in a way, is premature. Let them learn how to do cash flow.
Okay.
Randy Wilson runs cash flow. Embe Derrick, Steve, or Stephen Coffey. You have Dan Lowe's and so many others. So Just get involved, pay the $10 fee, which is usually for a week or thereabout. You are going to be equipped and gotten or taken through the process you need to follow and start cashing out your TBC. Cashing out is a means of cash flowing. Yeah? When you are talking about cashing out, you are not. How can you talk about cashing out when you have something already as TBC in your hand? TBC in blockchain is already bank in itself. So we have bank, we have everything, and you're still looking for a bank. That shows that you are yet to understand what you are into. But when you fully grasp what you are doing, you'll be able to follow through the instructions and enjoy your TBC. And for the new ones coming in, let them not feel too quick or in a hurry to start doing other things. The basic thing is start running coach or cash flow session with your sponsor, and try to make sure that whatever you're doing, you're following the instructions that's given out by the admin. So when you do that, you find out that nobody will be looking at you as a cheater or as a scammer, which is what people outside there are filled with. They want to make quick money, but in TBC, we don't make quick money. TBC, we make sustainable income. We make income that surprises one, so to say. So it's been a wonderful time doing this video with you, Mr. Isaac. I want to believe that I've been able to explain to you the basic thing about TBC, and I cannot do it also to say. The blog is there. Someone who brought me into TBC is trying, but I can say I've been able to do some certain things that really show that when you read, you're about to understand. So let us develop the habit of reading and following instruction, because when we do that, things will become a little bit easier instead of depending on let the person do this, let this, and no. When you try to read and understand what is going on, it becomes easier. Final words from you, Mr. Isaac, before we call this a day.
Yeah, thank you very much. Final word is that I'm very happy to have come into the knowledge of this opportunity. It is actually a golden opportunity because that is what I've been looking for. By the times I have a lot of grains of gold, I will come to be among those that will be in the vanguard of ending poverty
And helping others.
and helping others to also do that, not just to give them food. Like the Chinese popular proverb says, it is always best to teach someone how to fish than to give him fish to eat. And that is why I say that I want to do the best I can to be among those that will teach others, show them what TBC is all about, show them what the kind of community the TBC community is, and show them what it means to acquire, to share in the abundance that is going on now. Because sharing of abundance is, I think, I actually love that word, sharing abundance. Once abundance, we have an abundance. It's just like someone having contentment. And when you have contentment, what else are you worrying about? Even illness itself is lessened by the fact that you have an abundance. So I thank God that I come to know about this opportunity. I will avail myself of it and make the best I can. And thank you so much, Mr. Mechi, for the best you are doing. I was thinking that it was going to be too simple, but by your dedication, that is what has inspired me to even know the little that I have known so far. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. So, friends, as you can see, we are not hiding anything in TBC community. Let us be up and doing and tell others who are yet to know more about it to really come on board and see the benefit of belonging to this very great opportunity. Say no to scammy opportunities here and there that gets one confused most of the times.
Yeah.
Come into TBC and learn the value of enjoying the abundance and what you have. So, in this channel, I may be on with him, but this is purely his. What's that name again?
Preston's channel.
You're welcome. So look out
That
for
is
this.
the name I give it. Immediately you see Preston's channel. That is from Preston himself.
So please, friends, do subscribe and like this channel, and expect to hear more, because as I know, you know how to teach very well, and you will surprise the TBC community. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.